Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm talking about this little game machine that I picked up from AliExpress. I'm gonna go through a little review on this little machine here. So um, it's very inexpensive. This was the box for it. I paid about $7, and it comes with a little controller that it claims that it can actually be plugged in from the bottom, I suppose, but that's not exactly how it works. It actually gets plugged in from the top. So the image that is provided here is actually inaccurate. Uh, so these are just some of the games that they're offering. And I'm going to go through the whole list so you guys can see what it is. So before I go through this, I'm going to give you the short review, which is I do not recommend purchasing this, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. So it comes with a Japanese style Famicom controller, and all the games on here are NES. Well, most of them are NES, and I guess you get this to connect this to some sort of TV through the earphone jack that is at the top here. So it's a very simple machine. It's loaded with a lithium ion battery similar to those of old cell phones, and then it comes separately. You just plug it in. Very simple. Nothing very complicated there. So when you switch it on, you get to the screen. I'm going to turn on the volume a little bit so you guys can hear it. And then when you have it on, you have the option of selecting Chinese or English. And this is just for the games. It's not that it's going to be anything separate between the Chinese version and the English version. So to get things started, this is how it works. This is a D-pad here, and oddly the D-pad can also be pressed inwards, and it causes the controller to act a little bit weird. So you have the four buttons, but in reality these four buttons are essentially the same. There is no real difference between these two and those two, and none of the games actually use, or at least not that I'm aware of yet, that are using the four buttons. And then you have your start and select at the bottom. So, and this R button here is to return back to this main screen. So I'm going to go through the game list so you guys can see it. It's quite loud. So you hit start to get the thing going. So you have all these games. I'm just going to go through it so you guys can read it for yourself. I'm not going to read them all. So, and if there's anything, I'm going to go through it kind of quickly. You can pause it, look at it for yourself. So it's got 400 games. In reality, it doesn't have 400. Some of the games repeat, as you can see, and there's no difference between one version versus the next version, at least not that I'm aware of. I played Mario 3, and it doesn't have any kind of difference between the two duplicates. Now it does have some Japanese games that are quite rare, which is like Fist of the North Star. They also have Macross. I mean, of course you can download these games into a computer and play it as a ROM, and that you can pretty much have your own home system exactly like this. But the only reason why I purchased this was because I wanted something portable. The games do play fine, but there is a problem, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to demonstrate it for you today, but anyway, I'm going to just go through the list, and you guys can just keep seeing the games that are. Okay, so the game's just repeated itself there. Back to square one. I mean, I'm gonna play any game, so it's weird that it starts with Double Dragon 2 and not Double Dragon 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, not Ninja Gaiden 1. And then they have some odd games like Mortal Kombat 4, which are, it's never been made for NES, at least not in an original. So any of the games do work, all of them, or I should say all of them do work. But when it does have a little bit of load on the system, what happens is a lot of times the machine itself turns off. So if you're playing this with the intention that you're going to be able to play a full game without any interruption, I would not purchase this machine for that purpose, because you could be basically playing a game and then getting to a certain place, and what's going to happen is that you're going to just lock out. So that's basically what happened to me when I was playing Mario 3. Now, it could have been a defective machine, I'm not too sure. I tried contacting the seller did not reply me, and at $7, I'm not gonna complain. If this thing is really a dud, I'll just throw it away. It's no big deal to me. But like I said, all the games work. All of them are NES. I could play, let's just play another one here. Let's just pick a game. I was kind of hoping to see like Mega Man or Castlevania or something of that sort, but they don't have anything like that. I haven't tried to see if I could add any games in here. I was kind of hoping to add a couple games or something to change the game list, but and it's actually pretty clear too. Probably from my phone you can't see it as clear as it should be, but it is very clear on my side. So this is Goonies here, and I mean everything works good. As you can hear, the sound is actually not bad too. It's just that the game machine itself, it shuts down by itself. So yeah, so I'm just gonna play a little bit here, and then let's just play a couple other games. And then that's another weird thing that happens is when you press the return button, it goes back to the beginning. So you're gonna have to always load everything, and find the game that you want, even if and I don't know why this happens too. When you play Contra, it loads a bunch of Contras. So this is Contra. Yeah, when I purchased the machine, it didn't have the list of games. So for people out there who want to see the game list, this might be a good video for you. But like I said, everything works. It's just that every so often you'll run into that problem where the machine just shuts off by itself. And I've been playing this for a bit. I've been playing Friday the 13th quite a bit. Not so much of a Contra fan or Super Mario fan. So the only reason why I'm not a fan of it is only because I used to have it as a kid, and I used to play it all the time with my brother. So I guess I'm kind of tired of this kind of game. I wanted to experience a little bit newer games or different games that I hadn't played as often as I could have when I was a kid. So but then again, like I said, you can always just download it on an emulator, whether you have an Android phone or a full-size computer or whatever. So and I'm not playing to kind of pass a game or anything like that, but just to demonstrate what it's like. So I'm gonna see if I can play a couple more and then close the video out. And if you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. There really isn't much to say other than this is what it is. And for $7, I mean, really, dealing with that occasional turn off of the system is not that bad, I guess. But I mean, like I said, if you're getting pretty far in a game and then suddenly it just dies on you, it is kind of disappointing. Because I was playing Mario 3 and I was getting pretty far, but it just turned off, and I was getting a little disappointed with that. So actually I haven't played this game in quite a bit. But anyway, so this is Bump and Jump. I believe this was an arcade game, if I'm not mistaken. They made it into an NES game, but anyways, so let's play a couple more. Try to pick one that's not as popular. We can play, let's see if I can find it now. Yeah, that's the other thing too, because you have to scroll. And then the other thing too is when you press the buttons when you're scrolling, it actually scrolls like 2 pages instead of 1. So as you, I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys. So you saw that it goes forward by quite a bit. So not that that really matters or anything. It's Silent Hunter is like a boat game. I'm not really a fan of this game actually. I don't even know why I picked it before. But anyways, see if so. Let's see here. You got a couple of games that are like hack games too, so those games are, I guess they're okay. There's some interesting games there, but I mean most of it is really not that interesting. Like I said, I'm kind of disappointed with the game list. I wish that I had known the game list prior. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys are interested in picking up something like this, like I said, it's about $7. You could probably pick it up from other places. I know it's cheaper without the controller. I haven't actually used the controller, so I don't even know, but it is a micro USB controller, and I guess you could connect it to something else if you had another device that used a micro USB. So anyways, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.